What's up, everyone? So, I promised you guys that I would do a second interview of the third episode. And this episode was called French is an Eiffel Language, or something like that. And this episode was really funny, too. This episode was about, you had to get on these mopeds, and you had to go to the airport, and you had to book a flight to Paris. And then when you get to Paris, you'd have to do a drawing of the person that did not eat the stew. And then you'd get approved, and then you would have to go down to this, it's like a dungeon where people had the plague, and so they would put them down in this dungeon, and there's like a whole bunch of skeletons and stuff. Sorry, I forgot what I said. I had to pause it for a second because I couldn't get my phone to work. Anyway, yeah, they would go down to this dungeon with all these bones and stuff. It was kind of creepy. And, they would have to do all these, they would have to find the entrance to the next part of the challenge, which was the outside of the dungeon, and they had to go on these cheese rafts and get to the chill zone. And when they got to the chill zone, they would have to carry their cheese up these stairs, and they would have to get to the chill zone. This episode was actually kind of funny because Owen ate all of the cheese when they were on the raft, and so then they were trying to float. Noah was like using Owen as a boat, this is a picture of him using him as a raft. And then they got a penalty for doing that. They got this really big penalty. And so they were pacing back and forth, trying to wait for the clock to go down because they had a clock that showed them their penalty. Yeah, I didn't like that because I was afraid they're gonna lose. I didn't want them to lose on the third episode because I think Owen and Noah can make it pretty far. And also, who I'm really rooting for which is weird, I'm rooting for a lot of teams. I'm rooting for Noah and Owen, Jeff and Brody, Eldie and Mary, Lori and Miles, the cadets, which is Sanders and MacArthur, Carrie and Devin, and there's one more. Oh, and the Adversity Twins, which is Jay and Mickey. I think they're going to get pretty far. Speaking of Sanders and MacArthur, they're having this little competition between them and the ice skaters, and it's really funny because the ice skaters will always try to beat them, but then the cadets always pass them, and then they'll be like, oh, we just won. And Josie, that's her name, that's one of the ice skaters' name, will be like, have her eye twitch because she doesn't like losing. She's like obsessed with winning. And I thought that was kind of funny because like they have their own like competition against each other. Also, Lori and Miles and the two tennis rivals have like this competition against each other. And they tried to follow them through the catacombs. That's what it was, the catacombs, kind of like the dungeon. And because they thought that if they followed them, they wouldn't be lost, but they were really lost. Anyway, they got into the raft and tried to beat them. So then they started taunting them, which this is how they were taunting them. But Lori and Miles somehow managed to beat them, and then these two were eliminated because they couldn't get their cheese up the stairs. And then Owen and Noah, well, actually they got it up the stairs and they were okay, but when they jumped to get to the thing, Gary had his leg out, and so they lost because they weren't exactly in the chill zone. And the winners were the cadets. They beat the ice skaters, which made Josie really mad. Anyway, I really hope you liked this episode, and you leave a like, and I will do the next episode. And yeah, see ya.